Hey, I just did the Sunday meditation, and in there I said, because I meet a lot of people and I say, "Are you meditating?" And they always say, "Well, I can't," or "I don't really know how." So in the last meditation, I just said, just take 5 minutes at a time and not care. Just say, "I don't care about anything right now. I don't care about anything." So we live in extremely interesting times, like beyond anything I've ever known. And I can feel the energy ramping up, and I can feel like cosmic energy kind of helping us. And so in today's meditation, which is what's today? I don't know, January something. Oh, I can't see that anymore. It doesn't matter. Mid-January. Oh, it's the 19th. It's January 19th. See, intuition can do that for you. It just comes to you when you ask a sincere question. The answer comes. Like, where did I leave my da-da-da? Then it just comes to your mind. Oh, thank you. So intuition, your third eye, can really save you so much pain for the next 10 years. And Alan Watts, who died in 1973, my dead boyfriend, he said, when humans try to stop something bad from happening, they actually create it. They actually make it worse. They actually move in that direction. And that's what we see right now. See all these people beating the drum of, racism and hatred, and hate has no home here, and actually, hate's the subject of your sentence. So the law of attraction has no choice but to deliver you more of what you're asking for, even though you think you're asking for not hate. It's not how it works. It's like, I need to quit smoking. Your subconscious here, smoking, and then I can't stop. Yeah, well, that's because of the way you're going about it. I used to fight the fighting. For most of my life, I fought the fighting. I was like, oh, can't people see, And the higher so if I'm fighting the fighting, that could put me in an anger vibration, anger 150, if I enjoy the fighting, joy 540. But am I really enjoying the fighting? No, of course I'm not, because I want peace. I desire peace. So we see all these people fighting their way to peace. That's not how you're ever going to get peace. You're not going to fight people into your side, okay? They're just going to dig their heels in. Think of them trying to fight you to their side. What are you going to do? You know you're right? You know you're right. You're so sure that you're right. You're so sure. And people's egos think, oh, well, I can't wait till the other side sees that I was right. They think people are identifying with their ego so much these days that they need to take a stand and they need to be right. And then their ego, what your ego does, it only looks and allows in information that it already agrees with. So when you take a stand, let's just use Hillary. Okay, let's say Hillary is as bad as all these people say. Let's say Hillary is as bad as everybody says. And so let's say the anti-Hillary people are like, I can't wait till everyone has to see that she's done all these things, 5 folders, crimes against children, in Comey's investigation. All right? Let's say everything in those 5 folders on that piece of paper, that document. Let's say all those crimes against children, let's say all of it happened. Let's say it's all real. Okay? The people who are like, I told you she was bad, think that they're going to be like, yes, it's going to be great when all these Hillary supporters see that I was right. Okay, the truth is, those Hillary supporters are parents, they're mothers, they're fathers, they're human beings. They're human beings with hearts and souls. And some of them, honestly, some of those people are going to be like, well, that's fake. It's not real. Even if you did, you could show them like a video or, actual proof, whatever. And they'd be like, that's not real. So some of them would say, that's just not real. Okay, but there would be some that would they would know it was real, because they would want to know if it's real. Let's say it's real, and let's say they have to take this thing in, that they fought for this person or voted for this person, or whatever energy they were pro this person for so long, fighting for this person. They were so sure that she's a good person, and now they have to take in that they were wrong. Not only were they wrong, but these things really happened. What's going to happen to that human? I mean, you may think you want to watch people suffer like that because, haha, I was right. But when you're actually watching a human being fall apart because they were actually wrong when they were so sure they were right, it's not going to be pretty. And your soul will not be happy to watch people find out that you were right. And I'm not trying to judge the people who, I just want to let you know now that whether things come out that you were right or you were wrong, okay, that's going to be a very egoic, and it's going to be a very sensitive thing. And you have the choice now to align with your soul, your higher self. And be skeptical, but learn to listen. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Move back from the sides. Moving back from the sides, back from the sides, back from the sides. And become your most powerful, peaceful warrior self. I know this sounds so cheesy. I used to be an airline pilot, and I know how cheesy I sound right now, and I'm not a cheesy person. Like, people who know me, I'm not a cheesy person. But I'm gonna have to start speaking kind of cheesy to help people shift, because it's gonna be easier if you shift now towards your highest and holiest self. It's gonna be easier if you shift now into your peaceful warrior self and come to your center and say, I'm skeptical, but I'm listening. I'm not going to be so sure. I'm not going to be so sure. I'm going to walk the middle path, the middle road, okay? And I'm going to work on my own highest vibration. I'm just going to raise my vibration. I mean, you still get to vote. You can vote, and if you enjoy politics, but make sure you're enjoying it. If you're fighting people to try and make them think like you, are you enjoying it, or are you lowering your vibration? All you have to do is feel your body. Is your body feeling like this, or is it feeling like, move towards, or I'm enjoying myself. Get to know what it feels like when your body's telling you, yes, you're enjoying this, or no, I'm not enjoying this. It's lowering my vibration, or it's raising my vibration. Just learn what raises and lowers your vibration, and then whatever lowers your vibration you can use to do your work. So someone asked a question. What about if I said, screens are sucking the life force out of human beings, because your gaze, wherever you place your attention, that's where your energy's going. And so if you're out in nature heals you as you heal it. So as you place your attention on nature, then it's going to serve you and serve nature. All right. So we have a very symbiotic relationship with nature, but it's not funny, but they've got people believing that carbon dioxide is poison. Carbon dioxide is what they pump into greenhouses. It's plant food. It's what they put into, they carbonize. People drink soda. People drink seltzer. That's carbonized water, carbonized. So, that's fine. If you want to believe carbon dioxide is a poison, then I'm not going to be a good YouTube channel for you. And I'm not making fun of it, but if you want to calm down, think about what carbon dioxide is. And then think, who's trying to scare the crap out of this generation? I was born in the 1970s, so for me, it was acid rain, acid rain, acid rain. Oh, we're all going to die, 2 million climate refugees. That didn't happen, like all this stuff. Okay, so why are they trying to scare us? Well, fear is a 100 level vibration, and when people are in lower vibrations, they get sick. You don't have to look very hard to find the connections. Oh, let me see. But if you move towards your spirit now, if you move towards a spirit-directed life now, and if you move towards raising your own vibration, away from your own ego, and I'm going to be moving more powerfully towards the Tao and towards saying, this is just a meat suit. Any meat suit details, I'm a girl, I'm white, any meat suit details used to fight against another group, that is the opposite direction of where I'm going to be going, and I'm going to be taking people. All right. Let me see. So now's a great time to, it's January 2020. Now's a great time to clear out your house, organize your house, get rid of things that don't spark joy, give them away if you can, sell them if you can, get your finances straightened out, square away your finances the best that you can, clear out, throw away, or fix broken things, anything that's broken, right? Anything that you would enjoy, fix, keep it if you want. And if you don't know what sparking joy means, even if I buy a pair of shoes today, if I put it to my heart and it doesn't spark joy, then that pair of shoes, even though it's brand new, is taking up room in my closet. That maybe the space would be more important. So the nothing, the room, the space, is going to raise my vibration more than having those shoes that don't spark joy. So all the items that don't spark joy, leaving, so that everything that's left in my house, or your house, sparks joy, everything left. And there's the magical art of tidying up if you want to, but you don't have to. That's just more clutter. There's a lot of clutter. All right. So people think they want so you create ease in your mind, and then you can live an easy life. What people are trying to do, people who are identifying, they're trying to create an ease in life, like with these Alexa and with these things like, Alexa, wipe my ass. Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, turn off lights. Just, if that's you, again, I'm not for you. That's not the direction I'm going. I live in a town where we lose power like quite often, and for long periods of time. And I live on a road, there's less, so we get fixed last. We have a generator, and one year I think we lost power like 8 times. And so many people, going on Disney vacations instead of buying a generator or whatever. That's your choice, But this is a great time to really say, how independent am I really? How self-reliant am I? Could I be more self-reliant? How could I be more self-reliant? Well, generator, just looking at your life in that kind of a way. We're entering a phase of evolution now where old systems are not working anymore. A lot of jobs in our government, and I assume all other governments, a lot of these jobs were happening when there was no internet and when there wasn't even carbon, or when they were using carbon paper. There wasn't even a photocopier. Some of these jobs. And so with evolution comes change. So change is the only constant. And also, the internet was used from its birth for people to share information. And then it picked up a lot of steam. And it's picked up even more steam in the last 2 years, 2.5. People are really sharing. really sharing information quietly. They're not marching in the streets, okay? They are talking to each other from across the world using the internet. And they've really made a lot, they've really covered a lot of ground, and a lot's happening. And once people know things, they can't unknow it. And it's going to be scary for the people who don't know what the other people have known and want exposed. So there's a lot that people who know things want it exposed. They want it into the light. They want it shown to everybody. Exposed for what it is. Let the light in. And there are people who are fighting. They don't know they're fighting to keep the old paradigm, but they are. They don't know this. And it's so ironic because those are the people saying, we won't go back. And it's like, you're going backwards. But you can't tell them that. You can't tell them that because they're so sure. It's a beautiful and funny thing happening while we're evolving here. Okay? And I don't mean to use religion, but the Tao is just a way of water. And it's like when water gets blocked, it goes around. And this is a really good time to decide that you're going to be more like water. And so I'm going to be very real going forward. And I am going to start bringing what's happening up more and more, because I'm not just some like flighty little meditative person, you know. I wanted to be president of the United States, and when I was 20 years old, I decided I wanted to become president. I probably started before that, but I wanted to become president of the United States. I looked all the stuff up. I looked up everything, and I saw how old I had to be. And so I was like, okay, well, I have some time. And so I decided I was going to be an airline pilot before, and then you retire at age 60, and then that's when I was going to become an airline pilot, work all this time, save up all this money, and then I was going to run for president after I retired from the airlines. That was my plan. Well, while I was in flight school, somebody told me about a body count. It's called the body count, and how many people are killed. And I was like, that's not true. That can't be true. That couldn't be true. So it was 1994. And I was saying, that couldn't be true because everybody would know. And so this kid I went to flight school with, he goes, and we all do know. We all do know. And even though I was saying to him, that can't be true, I was feeling inside, it is true. It is true. And that's when I really started to pay attention. 1994, I started really paying attention. I started looking at things other people didn't seem to be looking at, let's put it that way. And it's extremely eye-opening. It's so from 1994 on, I saw mind-blowing things. And it didn't match up with what a lot of people were thinking, so I've just kept my mouth shut. Now, I don't think anyone really needs to know what I know. I don't think anyone needs to try and go back to 1994 and then have me catch them up. That's a long time. I believe strongly that if you just start now strengthening your relationship with your own peaceful, powerful soul, and be here now, and practice the the 5 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. People do this with politics all the time. I did it with my flight students. My boyfriend was like, if he put down my flight student, I would fight him. And he finally said, Carla, I'm not attacking you. I'm like, you're attacking my student, which is like the same thing. He's like, no, I'm making fun of your student. Your student came in to your life like 3 months ago. They don't have anything to do with you. I'm making fun of a person that came into your life 3 months ago. It's not your fault that you can't teach that idiot how to fly. You know, that person's an idiot. He walked in an idiot. This is direct quote. This is my boyfriend. He was just tired of fighting with me. And I realized, he's like, you take it so personally. And I was like, oh. And then, so that helped, that changed my life. And although I never made fun of my students, I didn't like when he did it, and he knew I didn't like it. I still had to bless him, forgive him, respect his free will choice to make fun of my students. He made fun of his own students. Not in a mean way. I took it as mean, whatever, but I had my filter was screwed on too tight as far as what mean was. And then another thing he taught me was, I was bitching about something. And I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy to be a girl pilot all the time. It really wasn't. It wasn't, but it was awesome. It was still great. And as bad as I had it in some ways, the pendulum swung just as high the other way. I mean, this is gonna sound, I don't know, but I feel like I almost had my choice of a lot of people. I was much cuter then now, so like, you can't really understand, but as low as as hard as it was in some ways, it was just as high the other way, you know. So it really was even. It wasn't fair like every second, but overall, really, it was fair. That's all the only way I can explain it. And it's over now, so you know, yay! I did it. I got to fly big jets all over the world, like all over the world, and I see people in the United States of America burning our flag and wanting socialism and basically wanting to give up the Second Amendment. And then at the same time on the planet right now, you see Hong Kong, people dying, waving the American flag, begging for a Second Amendment, just begging for it. And you see people escaping socialist and communist countries to come to the United States. And we have these people in the United States, like burning the flag and kneeling for the anthem and, you know, hating their own country at the same time that they know that all these people from all over the world are dying to get here and busting their asses to get into the United States of America. And, you know, maybe it's white guilt. I don't know. I mean, they're looking at history and they're saying, oh, these westernized countries, they were always bad. Okay. Then why do people want to come here now? And how's that serving us? How are you moving us forward? How are you helping evolution if you're just hating this country? And if you really don't like this country, then you could go. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying go to a country that raises your vibration. And then let people who are trying to get here, they can take your place. No hard feelings. I don't mean any hard feelings by it. But it's, if this country lowers your vibration, if seeing the flag, there's places all over the world that the original country, they're not allowed to wave their flag anymore because it upsets people who weren't born there. Well, why are those people there then? You know? We just live in very interesting times, and I'll just take a quick moment to explain, like, there's not just like intentional manipulation. There are people trolling and messing with everyone because they're pranksters and they're funny and they're just messing with people. And so if you calm down, if you come to your own center, and then you see these pranksters and you see them trolling and the things they've done are very, very funny if you're not halfway triggered already. And this is cheesy, and I'm right here, but if you love your fellow man the best that you can, when I taught little children how to meditate, taught 3 to 5 year olds how to meditate, and so I channeled Archangel Michael to help me do this because it's quite an undertaking. And I taught these kids, one of the first things I taught them was, the first thing I said was, can grown-ups throw tantrums? And they all said no. And I said, yes, they can. Grown-ups can throw tantrums. Grown-ups throw big tantrums, but they can throw tantrums. And then I said, as a human being, it's your job to love all the other human beings. Because to the extent that you don't love them, you cause yourself pain. Okay, so some people you can love in a hug like this. You just can't get enough of them. And I have a lot of those people in my life. I love some people so much, and animals, like my dogs and my goats. Some beings, whether they're humans or animals, you love them so much you can't get enough of them. And some beings, you don't love at all, and seeing them or even thinking about them or hearing them just lowers your vibration. Okay, so those are the people you love from across the room, but you still love them. And you still recognize that they're part of the scene. Life, this whole scene is one big elephant. And we're all the blind people, the blind men in the elephant parable. We're all touching a different part of the elephant. You may hate the person who's touching the tail as you're touching the tusk. And you may think that that person touching the tail is full of crap because they're describing their reality as this fluffy thing. And you know that reality is hard and white, it's solid, it's a tusk. You know, you're sure of it. And you're like, you're an idiot because you think that reality is this fluffy thing, Somebody touching, the ear is like, no, it's soft and it's flowy. No, I know it's it's hard and it's white. You guys are all idiots. You're all morons because it's hard. Stop saying that it's soft and fluffy or that it's flowy because you're all wrong. I'm right. Okay. Reality is a very funny thing. And what we think we're going to do, that's the ego. The ego is telling you how you're going to react when this happens. The ego is the one telling you, you're going to be happy when you get that car. You're going to be happy when you get that Airstream. You're going to be happy when you get it. So if I'm going to be happy then, that means I'm not happy now. Where am I? I'm unhappy. So I be happy now. And then the Airstream comes when it comes. Okay? There's so many people putting into this reality. And there's so much manipulation. There's so much intentional manipulation and lying, and there's so much even more unintentional manipulation and lying. Your reptilian brain is designed to find something scary and then alert all the other humans, this is scary, this is what's happening. Trump is Hitler, literally Hitler, and red hat means this, it's true, I'm sure. No, what if we just ask the people wearing the red hat? No, don't ask them because they're Nazis. Why would you ask them why they put that red hat on? No, just punch that person, they're a Nazi. Yes, that makes sense because we're loving people and we're fighting our way to a peaceful world and we're hating all the right people because we're loving. And that's where we are right now. That's insane. So stop buying in. That's insane. Isn't it? Just recognize the insanity, but don't get upset by it. It's just where we are. This is just where we are right now. Collectively, collective evolution. You just love your fellow man, whether it's in a hug or far away. Come to your own center, come to your own peace, be power. You're going to be dead in 100 years. Don't get mad at the people who are trying to make carbon dioxide poison and scare a whole nother generation, another entire generation of children who are scared. I lived through it. I was scared. I'm okay now. It made me go, wait a second. You freaking lied to me. You lied. The world was supposed to end by now. I made choices I would not have made. Okay, I'm pissed. Da, da, da. Okay, now I'm over it. Now I'm over it. The world did not end. Okay, the world is massive. Then when I started flying around the world, I was like, oh my God. And people are attached to these screens. People are like, they think they know, and they've never left the United States, and they're like on television, and I watch the news every single night so that I know what's actually happening in the world. Okay, how's that working out for you? I'm sorry, but that's just normie speak. And that's why the people who prank you, call you normies, they are hilarious, and they have my heart, and I love them. I love those people because they're just being in the world too. And the world is better than you think it is if you're freaking out right now. Calm down. Love yourself. Love your family. Keep your own corner of the universe clean. Do what you can do to clean out your space, clear it out, get ready, get a generator, get self-reliant, read the books you want to read, make the time. What are you doing with your time? What are you putting in your body? You know, if you think you hate someone, research their point of view. 15 minutes. If you think you hate these anti-vax people, look into why they're talking like this. You know, the Patriot Act did a lot of stuff. You're not allowed to sue the manufacturer of thimerosal, which is 51% mercury. You know, I had a child, luckily. I had a child in 2007, and I did research on vaccines, you know, but if people, you know, yes, my kids have some vaccines, but like, look into it. If you hate the anti-vax crowd, you think they're wackos, just give it 15 minutes to look into what are they thinking. Look, listen to the flat earthers. Just listen to them. Give them a chance. I'm not saying the world is flat. I'm just saying, listen, why is there such a group of people thinking this? Listen to them, you know, but listen to them. If you want to know what QAnon is, listen to In Pursuit of Truth or Praying Medic on YouTube. Listen to the people who are actually into QAnon. Don't listen to like someone on a news show that's trying to tell you what QAnon is. They don't know. They're not following it. Look at In Pursuit of Truth. Like one of the first questions QAnon asked was, how much is Nancy Pelosi worth? How much was she worth before Pyongyang? How much was she worth after? It's just questions, and then people answer the questions. That's all it is. It started October of 2017, and then December 21st of 2017 was the executive order for human rights violations worldwide. Why don't people know about that? It doesn't matter. I know about it. I look at it. I take it in. Okay. Do what you want. Be happy. Enjoy your life. If you hate someone, ask them questions. Why do you think that? And if you can't listen to their answer, if you can't be skeptical but learn to listen, just get away from them. Don't stand there and hate them. Don't stay in your country and hate them. Don't stay in your job and hate it. Change. Make a change. All right, love you.